should be green. There it is. All right, Stillwater's going to start the third period here on an abbreviated power play with 44 seconds left on it. Lakeville wins the draw, tries to send it in deep, but goes off a leg. Smith having a little trouble with the puck. Leaves it for Zemer. Zemer through center ice, up into the zone. Skates through a check, looking for something. Leaves it off to Regner. Regner out to Zemer. Zemer one-touches it over to Benier. Benier back to Zemer. Zemer shoots on net. Maddox in front. A little bit of traffic, and Lakeville's going to clear that out. Zemer settles it down at center. Zemer raked wide to Benier. That's going to do it for the power play. Benier comes in, protects the puck, drops it off for Zemer. Zemer looking for a shot, and that goes high off the stick and hits a banner. Ponies with 6 guys on the ice. Clock is still running. Stillwater wins the draw. Lakeville, center and feed, and number 15 has some speed. Stops up, tries to go through the feet of Sam Doherty, and he checks him into the glass for that. Joe Doherty takes a shoulder, works up to Agoy. Agoy chips it around one guy, unable to get it to the next guy, but hits his upper body into his own bench. Joe Doherty chips it around the wall. Sam Doherty checking down hard. Melhorn back in the zone. Over to Galloway with a guy right on him. Shot on net. Off a body in front and hops over the net. Boy, backhands it. Nobody there. The Lakeville fans on the shot. Lakeville up the board. Smith jumps in, keeps it in momentarily, but Lakeville ends up with it and brings it out the center. Nice toe drag from Lakeville, throws it on net. Stick aside by Talcott. Purcell in the corner, thrown on net. Talcott loves it down. Looks like the refs are going to make a correction on the clock running. Smith comes up with it, backhands it to Benier just ahead of him. Backhanded in on net. Talcott slows it down to the corner. Lakeville D to D. Benier ends up intercepting that pass, leaves it for Smith. Sends it down, and Maddox is going to gather it in his own zone. Rink wide pass to Weiss. Lakeville comes up with a stick, but away by Smith. Pressure by him. D to D pass, 3 ponies on 2 Lakeville guys, and they're able to find the outlet. It's going to be a 2-on-2 for Lakeville as Benier and Weiss get back to help out. No icing. Lakeville, far side pass, sticked out to center. Maddox. That's going to be icing on Lakeville with 11:13 left in the third. Regner wins the face-off to Zemer. Zemer cuts to the center, tries to get a shot off. Lakeville able to get a stick on that. Feathered in deep by number 9 of Lakeville. Sam Doherty looking for the outlet feed. Interrupted momentarily by Lakeville. Pulls up along his bench. Looking for Regner, goes wide to his stick. Comes out to Agoy. Agoy with Regner. Shot on net off the crossbar and out. That has been Stillwater all night long. A lot of close calls, a lot of good opportunities. Unable to capitalize on some of them. Out in front, Lakeville D to D. Gets it in deep. Bounces out to Agoy. Leaves it there for Regner, who backhands it out to center ice and is going to get a change. Long pass intended for number 8 of Lakeville, and unable to get that. Zemer just sends it down, and they're going to call no icing because Lakeville got a stick on it. That was a high stick in his own zone, and they're going to have an offensive zone face-off here for the Ponies with 9:53 left in the third. Lakeville 6, Ponies 2. There have been 2 crossbars hit tonight, a couple posts, and a couple nice saves by Lakeville's goalie. Smith goes forward with the face-off, checks his guy into the boards, leaves it there for Galloway, who plays it back out to Maddox. Maddox throws it on net, glove down. 9:42 left in the third. Face-off won by the Ponies. Sent back out. Maddox throws it on net, glove down. Smith tries to go forward with it again, but Lakeville comes up with it. Hard pass off the stick, and Maddox is going to ice that one, looking for Galloway on the left side. Lakeville wins the face-off. Back to the point, blue line pass. Able to keep it in, sends it in deep. Sam Doherty. And here comes Weiss. Weiss has a step. It's a one-on-one. Lakeville gets back, throws it on net. Goes wide, short side. Benier slaps it on net, kick the side. Sam Doherty keeps it in, throws it in deep. Here comes Lakeville, unable to get it out. They gather it up and they go into the zone. Tries a deke and loses the puck, and here comes Benier. He's going to be one-on-one with the goalie. Shoots low, chipped back, almost in again. Benier almost had his second of the night. Smith, pressure on him, goes off a skate, ends up going to Purcell. Purcell looking for Weiss off his skate. Left there for a Lakeville player as Purcell swipes at it. Agoy peels off. Lakeville works it in deep. Big hit by Weiss on the boards. Turnaround shot saved by Talcott. Puck trickles into the corners. Two ponies in there. Lakeville sends it around, and the boy's going to get there. Makes a move. Out to Melhorn. In deep. Poked on net. Clock. Time. .747 left in the third. Here comes Agoy. Just poked it out a little too far from himself. Maddox going to get it behind his net, backhanded up to Zemer, stops along the side, takes a check. Lakeville fires it wide. Here comes Maddox. Banks it off the boards to Zemer. Zemer with Agoy. They're going to say no offside. Zemer peels up, looking for options, throws it on net. Maddox keeps it in at the point, throws it on net again, goes wide, bounces back out to the point where Ketchum's able to play it in deep. Zemer tries to work it in deep. Ketchum will throw it back in. Maddox backhands it up the wall, gets through. Lakeville moving the puck well tonight. That pass a little too hard. Left at center ice for Doherty. Plays it over to Regner. Regner. Center ice. Sends it over to Doherty. Doherty loses it in his skates. Galloway in on the forecheck. And Lakeville plays it down, and Maddox up the wall to Galloway. Galloway leaves it for Regner. Regner fires shot high and wide. Those corners are available. Prior Lake parents upset about 4-goal lead with 6 minutes left here. Nice block by Sam Doherty, who tries to chip it out to his brother Joe, but doesn't get there. Trickles in on net. Purcell clears it to safety. Galloway hard off the wall and out. Turn and pass. Smith checks him down, and here comes Galloway. It just hops over his stick. The bad bounces tonight have been the story so far for the Ponies. And the goaltending by Lakeville. 5:26 left in the third. As Lakeville ices the puck, it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Ponies. Smith wins the draw back to Benier, who pokes it, but Lakeville comes up with it, throws it on net, and Talcott's going to glove it down and get a whistle. Defensive zone draw for the Ponies here. Smith set to take the face off. And wins it back to Ketchum. Ketchum off the wall to Benier. Benier chips it up the wall to Smith. Smith in after it. Centering feed broken up by Lakeville. Big check behind the net by Weiss. Benier and Melhorn get tangled up there, and Lakeville works it in. Ketchum on the backhand to Benier. Benier spins. Smith checked down from behind. And Smith just runs his man over. Taking out some aggression there, I believe. And here comes Weiss. As they're going to call a penalty on Smith, I believe, for the charge. As Lakeville has a 6-on-5 right now. Throws it over into the corner. Pony's still unable to tie it up or touch the puck and get the whistle. Throws it in deep, hard around. Settled down on the far board. Zemer chips it out. And there's the whistle. Smith's going to go to the box. 2 minutes for roughing. I could honestly say that's probably the first roughing call he's ever taken. I don't mind it. The Ponies have to call one off. Lakeville wins the face-off. Steps in. They're going to look to kill some time here. Number 9 tries to work his way into the slot, playing catch with his defenseman. Works it in, shot high over the net. Nice skating by number 20, calling for the puck. Steps in, takes a shot on net, and that goes off a body and wide. Tries the one-touch pass, but fans on it. Good stick by Regner. And he's got maybe a step here for a second as it's a 2-on-1 if he can get it over to Doherty, but good defense by Lakeville to break that shorthanded chance up. 3 minutes left in the third. 1 minute left in the power play for the roughing call to Smith. Nice play by Galloway to poke it off, and player steps on the ice right out of the box. Galloway shoots on net. It blockered down by Lakeville's goalie, who's been outstanding tonight. Galloway turns, almost has another nice play shorthanded, able to kill some more clock off there. Here comes Lakeville. Maddox bodies him. Shot on net and they score. Back to 5-on-5 with 2:23 left. And Rochelle and Zemer body their guy down in the corner. Regner looking for a pass to Zemer. We're going to have 2-on-2 here. Zemer works around one guy, cuts to the center, around the net, checked off the puck of the half wall, and Ketchum working there to keep it out of danger. Finds the trailer, shot on net, high. Talcott is going to glove that down. Get a whistle with 1:37 left, and not a good night for the Ponies here. And the Ponies need a center. It's Joe Doherty hops over the boards. Centering feed, almost put in. Talcott gloves it down for another whistle. Smith wins the draw back to Melhorn. Lakeville gets there, tries a centering feed. Guy steps up on Smith. He works around one player. It's a 2-on-1. Drag, shoots, glove save, Lakeville. Smith wins the draw to Benier. Benier steps in, takes a shot on net. Melhorn and Weiss working for it. Lakeville digs it out. Holding the puck to kill time. Lofts it to center. Weiss able to work it down and get it in. Lakeville brings it back out. Smith looking for a centering feed. Backhanded in. Shot on net wide, comes out to the point. Pulled off the wall. That shot goes wide. Nice play by Melhorn to get that, chip it off the glass. It does not get out. Centering to the high swat as Benier swipes at it, and Smith just clears it down, and that's going to be icing on the ponies. With 5.7 seconds left in the game. Regner wins the draw. Sam Doherty clears, and that's going to do it for this one. Lakeville 7, Stillwater Ponies 2. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.